Alright, I'm going second, which means no Ibly lock can be done, especially if the enemy sets up a really good board. And they're doing Sword Soul, so it's going to be... they're probably going to summon a bunch of stuff to their board. I'm not sure what Monk of the Tenyi is used for. Maybe it's some kind of condition that has to be on the field for our effects to work. And yes, they summon a Tuner token. Tuner token, seriously. This one can just negate an effect monster. Now they got another monster that can special summon a token, which means more negates to deal with. Yes, this one can negate a spell or trap card once, as long as there's a water monster in the grave. Baronne de Fleur. This one's just a really nasty omni-negate that's also splashable in any deck. Yeah, at this point, I just have to keep doing extenders and hope I can bait them out. Bait out all the negates without screwing up my combo too much. And Ash Blossom, so that actually gave them 4 negates in total. Actually, 5 if you count that face-down card. So the face-down card will not help them because I have no generic hand traps. At least for this hand. Okay, that uses up another negate. It's important that Bale Links is sent to the graveyard, even if it's through Link summoning. That lets me summon Gazelle. And now I can bait out de Fleur. However, Bale Links is in the graveyard and can protect Gazelle from destruction even if effects are negated. Also, one thing I want to point out. Yes, I read this up online, but apparently even if this card's effects got negated on the field, once it's sent to the graveyard, it can use its effects again. Apparently, it's technically considered a different card once it's sent to the graveyard. I'm not sure how that works. But even if they did use the Swordsoul Grandmaster to completely negate its effects, it would still be able to use its graveyard effects to protect Gazelle. And here I made a misplay. I should have gone for Code Talker inverted to get Lady Debug on the field and bring in another extender. That would have resulted in a bare board. Here's Access Code Talker. Alright, just need to Link climb a bit. I don't really care about Xcode Talker's effects on the monster zones. Alright, now go for Firewall Dragon. This will allow me to bounce back a card to make up for the lack of ammunition for access code. Yeah, that's Crossout Designator. I did not actually need to pop that, but I wanted to just in case. Now I can use spells again.
Damn it, blast! I need more ammunition! Close call!
No more Baron, and bounce the last one. World Legacy Successor. I don't know why I have this in my deck instead of Monster Reborn. I must have a brain fart. That has since been rectified. And that's game. Yeah, I made a pretty terrible misplay, but fortunately the opponent did not time their quick effects correctly, so that meant I managed to get away with it. Yeah, I guess everyone's... No matter how many times we duel, we're still human and make even minor mistakes that can screw up our game. So I want to take a look at our deck real quick. A Swordsoul deck with that also uses other archetypes for support. Mainly because they have the same type. Okay, but one card in particular scares me. Phantom of the Yang Zing. Your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters with the same original attributes as the Yang Zing monsters used for the synchro summon of this card. Well, since they have light and dark Yang Zings here, that meant they could have shut down pretty much all the good cards in my deck. They also had a level 10 synchro for the Swordsoul archetype. Now this one, not only does it give their side a massive stat advantage, it also can banish cards from the opponent's field and graveyard, making it harder for me to use graveyard effects. Yeah, I think that one would have disrupted my strategy more than the others, especially since most of the cards I played were just for the sake of bait. This is practically like a... I don't know, I'd say it's almost as bad as Baronne de Fleur in some ways. Almost like a second Baronne de Fleur, since it could take away my field advantage. But it looks even tougher to summon. Or maybe not. Actually, what if they did summon that instead of de Fleur? Would the battle still go about the same? Actually, if it was summoned in place of de Fleur, I wouldn't be able to use Bale Links to protect from destruction. But of course, there's no way they wouldn't be able to know my deck ahead of time because they went first, so they have no idea which are the best cards to play. They wouldn't know that they would have to use this one, so they decided to set up a more general negate board in the hopes that it would be enough, which it wasn't because they were a little bit too trigger happy with activating their quick effects. I feel like if they waited a bit longer, they could have actually beaten me. Maybe stop my combo at the most critical point and then prevent me from getting to access Code Talker. If I ever get enough gems, maybe I should try building my own Swordsoul deck. You know, maybe give synchro summoning a try, even if it requires a very specific amount of stars in order to synchro summon everything. As long as I have a decent variety of levels here, it would probably still work out.